and the science of relief.
Whether you're navigating migraines, neurological tension, or just looking to better understand how your body functions, you're in the right place.
Let's clear the mental fog and get straight into today's insights.
Ooh, yeah. Heads up. Welcome to Heads Up with Jaria.
The space where we dive deep into the mechanics of chronic pain and the science of relief.
Whether you're navigating migraines, neurological tension, or just looking to better understand how your body functions, you're in the right place.
Let's clear the mental fog and get straight into today's insights.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to let everybody know that if you pop in and you want to ask a question, feel free to pop it in the comments and I can share it with everyone. All right. So, tonight we are going to talk about migraines and how they can be triggered by the weather. Everyone has already identified that, sometimes even your joints, that's how we know a lot of times that the weather is getting ready to change. Our joints start to hurt. Some of us get migraines. Well, the reason why, I think a lot of people know that when the weather's good, that means there's high pressure. So there's pressure against our bodies holding our inflammation in. And when the weather starts to change, that pressure has been reduced on our body and causes more pain in our joints because the inflammation is allowed to expand. But you control that inflammation in your body. The more inflammation you have in your body, the harder you're going to feel that pressure change. I know that I used to really feel when storms were going to come in because one, I needed some cranial sacral therapy, but two, I had a lot of inflammation in my body. And when I reduced the inflammation in my body, that was when I really noticed that it didn't, I didn't have those issues anymore. So I just want to share that. So inflammation, where does it start? It starts in your gut. So it starts by what you put in your mouth. Now, I'm not going to tell you what diet to eat. I'm not going to tell you what foods to eat because Dr. Google out there, you can get on there and what are inflammatory foods or what are foods that I can eat to reduce the inflammation in my body. You can do all that yourself. I don't need to tell you how to eat. Plus, I'm not a dietitian or a nutritionist. But if you do change your gut biome, you're going to reduce your inflammation. And that's going to give your body a fighting chance to handle that. But there are other things, the pressure on the sinuses, when you have inflammation in your sinuses, that's going to make your head hurt, give you that sinus headache. But a lot of times people don't understand that sometimes, and I brought Scully to show everyone. If you've been in my office, you've seen Scully, my son, named my skull here. But I wanted to show you a couple of the sutures. So most people think that when we become adults that the sutures in our skull fuse solid and the whole skull is solid. And that is incorrect. These sutures that we have in between the different bones, they have to move. So these are finger sutures. So basically, they have to move with the changing of the pressure. If a suture, if one of those fingers gets jammed and can't move, then that can cause some issues inside. There's a couple of other bones, they're a little bit different. They have a different kind of a movement. They're not a finger suture. They sit on top of one another. So I'm going to try to show you. So the green bone is your parietal bone. And Scully's kind of like farmer's insurance. He's seen a few things, you know? And this bone is appearing to be pink on camera, so we're going to call it pink. It is, get the bone turned here, it is your temporal bone. I think I've got that backwards. But the temporal bone and the parietal bone, they just sit. It sits right on top and it glides. So instead of fingers, it glides. These are the two bones that get jammed up the easiest. Sometimes sinus infections, ear infections, a hit on the side of the head, car accidents, skiing accidents, anything that can cause a bump. Those are the ones that get the jammed easiest. Get jammed easiest. And those can be triggers. Now, obviously, craniosacral therapy is going to be the only thing that can work that out. But all of the other things, the inflammation, you can do that yourself. By reducing the inflammation, you're going to reduce the opportunities for that barometric pressure to affect how your sinuses feel that day, how, if you've got those jammed bones up in there, how they're going to feel that day. And just changing the diet is one simple way to help you reduce your migraines. So I hope you've learned something tonight. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy sharing with others. So to the one person who is watching, have a blessed evening. And don't forget to take time for some nature.